गिरिवरधारी ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यानभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्याय गौरविष्णवे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, Chapter entitled The Appearance of Lord Varaha. Text number 13. Jesham natushta Bhagavan Jaggolinga Janardanaha Jesham Samohi Oparthaya Atma Nadrito Sayam Jesham natushta Bhagavan Jaggolinga Janardanaha Jesham Samohi Oparthaya Atma Nadrito Sayam Jesham natushta Bhagavan Jaggolinga Janardanaha
Shramohya Parthaya Yadatmanadrita Swayam
Yesham na tushta Bhagavan
Yesham na tushto Bhagavan
Yajnalingo Janardana
Yajnalingo Janardana
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
Manadrita Swayam
Yadatmanadrita Swayam
Yesham na tushto Bhagavan
Yesham na tushto Bhagavan
Yajnalingo Janardana
Yajnalingo Janardana
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
Yadatmanadrita Swayam
Yadatmanadrita Swayam
Vaishnavas,
येषां न तुष्टो भगवान्
Yesham na tushto Bhagavan
यज्ञलिङ्गो जनार्दनः
Yajnalingo Janardana
येषां श्रमो ह्यपार्थाय
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
यदात्मानादृतस्वयम्
Yadatmanadrita Swayam
येषां न तुष्टो भगवान्
Yesham na tushto Bhagavan
यज्ञलिङ्गो जनार्दनः
Yajnalingo Janardana
तेषां श्रमो ह्यपार्थाय
Yesham Shramohya Parthaya
यत् आत्मानादृतस्वयम्
Yadatmanadrita
Yesham, of those with whom,
of those whom
na, never,
Never
tushtaha, satisfied,
satisfied.
Bhagavan, the personality of God,
Personality of God.
Jagdalingaha, the form of sacrifice,
Form of sacrifice.
Janardanaha,
Janardanaha.
Lord Krishna,
Krishna.
of the Vishnu Tattva,
Vishnu
Tesham,
Tesham,
of them,
them.
Shamaha,
Shamaha,
Deva,
Deva.
He, certainly,
Certainly.
Aparthaya,
Aparthaya,
without profit,
without profit.
Yat,
Yat,
because,
because.
Atma,
Atma,
the Supreme Soul,
Supreme Soul.
Nam, not, Adritaha,
Adritaha,
respected,
respected.
Swayam,
Swayam,
his own self.
His own self.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana, Lord Krishna, is the form to accept all the results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for enhancement is futile. He is the ultimate self, and therefore one who does not satisfy him certainly neglects his own interests. Purport. Brahma is deputed as the supreme head of universal affairs, and he, in his turn, deputes Manu and others as charges the affairs of the material manifestation. But the whole show is for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma knows how to satisfy the Lord, and similarly persons engaged in the line of Brahma's plan of activities also know how to satisfy the Lord. The Lord is satisfied by the process of devotional service, consisting of the ninefold process of hearing, chanting, etc. It is in one's own self-interest to execute prescribed devotional service. And anyone who neglects this process neglects his own self-interest. Everyone wants to satisfy his senses, but above the senses is the mind, and above the mind is the intelligence. Above the intelligence is the individual self, and above the individual self is the super self. Above even the super self is the Supreme Personality of God and Vishnu Tattva. The primeval Lord and the cause of all causes is Sri Krishna. The complete process of perfectional service is to render service for the satisfaction of the transcendental senses of Lord Krishna, who is known as Janardana. Konkarati Vachalam Purladhaite Girim Jatkripakam Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for the Sunday morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are discussing from the third canto, 13th chapter, where the appearance of Lord Varaha is described. So today's verse is spoken by Lord Brahma. And the essence of this verse is to please the Supreme Personality of God. And that is the essence of all Vedic literatures. And this is the essence of all the services rendered to the Supreme Personality of God. So it is the purpose that determines the result of the activities. It is not the content, but the intent that determines the results. Attitude. That's why it is said, it is the attitude, not the aptitude, that determines the attitude of our progress in our devotional journey. So therefore, service is important, but more important than service is service attitude. Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He knows our heart. And whatever is in our heart, that will be the cause of our future. So therefore, when we do activities, also when we do service to the Lord with some material expectations, what will happen? We will be implicated in this world. How we can be free from this material world? Process is devotional service. But intent of devotional service should be to please the Supreme Personality of God, nothing else. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Savaipamsa paradharma jato bhaktir adhapsaje ahoituki apradhihata jayatma suprasidati. So this verse talks about devotional service. And it is said, Savaipamsa paradharma, the supreme religion, is to serve Krishna. Jato bhaktir adhapsaje. And this devotional service should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. These are two qualifications. Two symptoms of devotional service which are mentioned in this verse. And it's very, very important. Unmotivated and uninterrupted. Ahituki, apradihata. Apradihata means Nishtha Bhakti. And Ahituki means Ruchi. There are different levels in devotional service. Adal Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anantha Nibriti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and then Prema. Prema also has different levels. Sneha, Mana, Puranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava. And Mahabhava also has different characters. So we will not enter into those details today. We will be discussing at the level of Nishtha and Ruchi. Because if we come to the level of Nishtha, coming to the Prema is very simple. It's just a matter of time. It will come. But coming to the level of Nishtha is very difficult. Adho Shraddha, Tava Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nibriti. So getting rid of all the anarthas in the heart is the most difficult process. How it is possible? That is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam beautifully. We have to do one very significant service. Nastaprayasya vadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati nashtiki. So, nashtiki means nishtha, steady devotional service. Before nishtha, it is unsteady devotional service. Why is unsteady? Because the heart is filled with unwanted desires in the form of lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, and so many other varieties. So Nishtha is very, very important platform. Actually, we start progressing towards the spiritual world when we come to the level of Nishtha. Before that, it is like the car in the neutral gear. So when the car is neutral gear, it will be brand new car and it can have the full fuel. You can ignite the engine also, but the car will not move. Why? Because the car is in neutral gear. So up to the level of Anartha Nivriti, our devotional car is in neutral gear. So when we come to the platform of Nishtha, then we come to the first gear. Then Ruchi, second gear. Asakti, third gear. Bhava, fourth gear. And Prema, top gear, fifth gear. And when we are in that level, what will happen? The car will move very fast and we will reach our destination very quickly. So, Nishtha level can be attained by Nasto Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nitya. So, Nitya has different meanings. So, Nitya means, really Nitya means 24 hours a day. So, the Prabhupada says, a pure devotee is engaged in hearing and chanting about the Lord 24 hours a day. That is a symptom of a Uttamadhikari or pure devotee. By hearing that, we feel very discouraged. So that's why there is another meaning. Nityam means regular. What is the meaning of regular? Some may say, I am very regular in my devotional service. I come for every Janmashtami. I never miss Janmashtami in my life. I come for every Ekadasi, every festival. I am very regular. But this is not the real meaning of regular. Regular means daily. Daily. At least daily. That's why Srila Prabhupada has introduced Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day in the morning, 1 hour Bhagavatam class, and in the evening, 1 hour Bhagavad Gita class. That was the minimum standard Prabhupada has set up in his temples all over the world. And he also wrote a letter. It is a compulsory for all the leaders and the devotees to attend. So now, daily, that is very interesting. But how long? Every day. That's another point. So I was hearing a very wonderful analysis of how many hours. So let's see. Let's find out what our acharyas did, what Mahaprabhu did. So when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he used to hear Bhagavatam every day from Gadadhar Pandit. For how long? Minimum 3 hours. While Raghunath Goswami was narrating the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the back of Radha Kund, while his battery is down, I think, right? Okay? Thank you. At the back of Radha Kund, that time he used to narrate for at least 3 hours. While Mahaprabhu was dancing in Harinam Sankirtan, for how long? Minimum 3 hours. While Prabhupada was chanting the holy name under the tree at Dr. Park, New York City, United States of America, for how long? Minimum 3 hours. So 3 hours is the magic figure to come to the platform of Nishtha. So Prabhupada is genius and he has introduced 2 hours of chanting of the holy name and 1 hour of Bhagavatam. But that's minimum, not maximum. So when Prabhupada started, he used to say, you have to chant 64 rounds. So as soon as people heard 64 rounds, 64 doesn't go up in Kali Yuga. So Prabhupada understood, then he said 32. And after 32, Prabhupada said, okay, minimum 16. But devotees remove that minimum. They say, how many rounds you chant? 16 rounds every day. And it has become maximum 16 rounds. If you chant 1 round extra, that is the 11th offense to the holy name. That is the trend in Kali Yuga. 16 rounds is the minimum. 3 hours is the minimum. It's a beginning, it's a minimum platform. So regular means daily. And regular means daily minimum 3 hours. Clear? And we have to serve Bhagavats. Nityam Bhagavata Seva. And Prabhupada explained 2 kinds of Bhagavat. Devotee Bhagavat and book Bhagavat. Both. We have a tendency to serve book Bhagavat. That is very nice, because hearing from Bhagavat has no problem. We can sleep also, we can plan our day also. So no interference from book Bhagavat. But serving devotee Bhagavat is difficult. Why? Because they interfere in our lives. And we don't like interference. We love our spiritual masters, provided they don't interfere in our daily lives. But that kind of service will not bring us to the level of Nishtha. Nishtha means very, very steady and very good platform to attain our perfection. So that level will come when we sincerely serve the devotees and Vaishnavas. And especially those who are guiding us, the gurus, the spiritual masters. So following the instructions of guru is very, very important to come to the platform of Nishtha. Srimad Bhagavatam explains 4 levels of disciples. Actually 3 categories of disciples, and the 4th one is not a disciple. Who is the top one? The first class disciple is the disciple who understands the heart of the spiritual master and acts accordingly. Spiritual master does not have to tell him what to do, what not to do. He knows. That is the top level. And in that condition, the heart of the spiritual master and heart of the disciple becomes one. And that oneness is the qualification to enter into the spiritual world. Then, second level, who strictly follows the instruction of the spiritual master. So, following the instruction is important, but at the same time, if you don't know the mood behind that instruction, then even if you follow the instruction, you may stay at the level of a Kanishta disciple. If you don't understand the intention behind those instructions. If we go by the content of the instructions, then we are not advanced. Advanced disciple understands the content and also understands the intent. So I will give two examples. One negative example, one very, very inspiring example. So first, negative example. So there was a guru and he had a disciple. And that guru wanted to go for a pilgrimage. And he decided that he will go by riding on a horse. So he told his disciple, just walk with me. That's your service. I will be on the horse and you just walk with me. Yes, Gurudev, I will follow. So both of them were walking and the Gurudev reached the ashram, and when he was in the ashram, he checked that his water pot was missing. It fell on the way. He asked his disciple, you don't know that the water pot fell on the ground on my way, I lost it? He said, yes, Gurudev, I saw that. He said, why you did not pick it up and give it to me? He said, Gurudev, you never told me, you told me only to walk with you. That's why I was walking with you. He said, you're a fool. So whatever will fall from the horse, you give it to me. Okay, Gurudev, I follow your instruction. So next day, Gurudev was going on the horse and horse passed through. So immediately disciple followed the instruction of his guru and he got that stool from the horse and offered it to Gurudev. Gurudev, please take it. He said, what? Stool? He said, you're a fool or what? Gurudev, you told me whatever will fall from the horse, you should give it to me. So I'm giving it to you. He said, you're a fool. I will give you a list. If these are the things fall from the horse, then you give it to me. He said, okay, Gurudev. So disciple got the list. Next day, Gurudev was walking on the horse. Then there was a little high place and the horse jumped. And when the horse jumped, Gurudev fell from the horse. But the disciple was walking with the horse. He said, Gurudev said, please pick me up, please pick me up. Disciple said, Gurudev, you are not on the list. This is called following the content of the instruction without understanding the intent. So another example which highlights the top class disciple who understands the intent or mood of the spiritual master while he is instructing. So His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he received three primary instructions from his spiritual master, Srila Gaur Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj. So he was the only disciple. So he told him that please don't make any disciple. That is the first instruction. Second, he told him, don't associate with worldly people. And never go to Calcutta. So these are the three instructions. And if you see the life of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he completely disobeyed the orders of his spiritual master externally. But if you understand the intent behind that instruction, then we can understand that he followed the instruction of his spiritual master in total. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada used to say, I never made any disciples. They are not my disciples. They are the representatives of my spiritual master. I am their servant. And he used to act like that only. Whenever a disciple used to come and offer obeisances, he used to offer obeisances back and he used to tell Dasarasmi, I am your servant. And he used to address his disciples as Prabhu. That's the way he used to interact. So in that way, he never made any disciple. That's a very interesting point. Because in this world, we like to become gurus. Because Mahaprabhu encouraged us to become gurus. Right? We like that verse. Which verse? Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Padesh Amar Agya Guru Bhaiya. It's very interesting statement. Because we have the tendency to become guru. But we don't have any interest to become disciple. Mahaprabhu also told us, Bharat Govita Hoila Manusya Janmajar Janmo Sarthak Kori Koro Parupoka. But we have too much interest in Parupoka. But Janma Sarthak Kori is just delete from our lives. First we should become devotees. First we should become disciples. Then we can become guru. If you don't know how to swim, and one person is drowning in the water, and if you jump into the water, what will happen? Compassion. To rescue him, both of them will drown and die. Right? So you have to know the capacity. While we are preaching, we should know our capacity. That's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to say that before doing Prachar, we have to have Vichar, then Achar, then Prachar. First we have to study the scriptures to design it. That's called Vichar. Nana Sastra Vichara Naika Nipuno. We have to be expert in the conclusions of revealed scriptures. And only knowing is not important. Whatever we know, we should practice in our life. That's called Achar. So when we have Vichar and Achar, then we can do Prachar. But in our lives, because of enthusiasm to preach, we start opposite. First Prachar. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Padesh. Prachar. Then little bit of Achar and no Vichar. Don't know Shastra. But we have to preach Krishna consciousness. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful. And also the mood. Whether we are a guru, whether we are Mahabhagavad, whether we are a practicing devotee, whether we are a devotee, we are all servants at every level. The guru is also a servant of his disciple. His service is to take the disciples to the spiritual world, help the disciple to perfect their spiritual journey. That is the service. He is a servant. And that mood was exhibited by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. That's why he said, I never made any disciple. Prabhupada also used to say, you are my guru's representatives. Then second instruction was, don't mix with worldly people. Don't associate with them. He said, I never associated with anybody. Association means taking something from them. One is giving association, other one is taking association. He said, I never took anything from them, I only gave. I only gave pure devotional service to them. That's why I never associated with any worldly people. So we have to know our capacity. Who can give, who has. If we don't have, and if you want to give, then there will be a problem. We should know our capacity. Once one of the Prabhupada disciples told Prabhupada, gathering people in the Western world is very difficult. What to do? But I got an idea. What is idea? A lot of people come in Saturday night club. No invitation is required. And you can preach all night. So many books can be distributed. What do you think, Prabhupada, about this preaching idea? Prabhupada said, idea is brilliant, but make sure you come back. So if you don't have capacity, and if you do preaching, what will happen? You will never come back. So you have to be very, very careful. So that was the second instruction. What was the third? Never go to Calcutta. He said, I never went to Calcutta because I always stayed in Bhakti Guriyama. That is spiritual world. So that is the consciousness of Saraswati Prabhupada. That's why he is a top class disciple. So that is the second category of disciple who follows the instruction of the spiritual master as it is. But we have to understand both content and intent of the instruction of the spiritual master. Number 3, who follows the instruction but no respect. no faith. I took initiation what to do. I have to chant 16 rounds. I have to do Mangalarati, what to do. No faith, no respect, no value, but they do it reluctantly. That is third class disciple. And there is another category of disciple. They are compared to stool, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, who does not follow the instructions of the spiritual master. So following the instruction of the spiritual master is the key to success in our spiritual journey. So Nitya Bhagavata Seva is very, very important, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, but unless we are under the guidance of an expert devotee, expert spiritual master, we will not get the results of Nitya Bhagavata Seva. So coming to the platform of Nishtha, the process is Nitya Bhagavata Seva. Now go back to the original point. The pure devotional service is characterized by two symptoms. Ahituki, apratihata. Apratihata means uninterrupted. That is Nishtha Bhakti. And ahituki means unmotivated. Right? Unmotivated means ruchi. So we discuss these two qualities of devotional service. So Nishtha means, really Nishtha means 24 hours a day. Trinadapi sunichena tarurupi svanishtana amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Sada, again, Nityam Sada. Sada means 24 hours a day. Mahaprabhu also told who chants the holy name is a Vaishnava. Who chants the holy name 24 hours a day is also a Vaishnava. And who inspires others to chant the holy name is also a Vaishnava. So whoever chants the holy name of the Lord, according to his capacity, is a Kanishthadikari Vaishnava. Who chants the holy name 24 hours a day is a Madhyamadikari Vaishnava. And who inspires others to chant the holy name is Uttamadikari Vaishnava. So Sada means 24 hours. But for sadhaka like us, Nitya or Sada means regularly, at least regularly. But here Nishtha means continuous, unbroken. Just like the river flows towards the ocean, uninterrupted, devotional service should be like that. So Mahaprabhu, through his associates, teaches the meanings of these verses. First, we will discuss about uninterrupted for the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, and also we will discuss unmotivated from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Uninterrupted. Srivas Thakur is the example. Srivas Thakur is very loving devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Navadip, his house was the headquarters of the Sankirtan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was not a sannyasi. He was a grihastha. And what kind of grihastha? We'll understand now. Ashram is not important in Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan. The essence is what you are doing. Where you are, that is not important. Grihe Thakur, Bole Thakur, Sada, Hari Bole Sada, again Sada. Kirtaniya Sada Hari Bole Thakur. Nityam Bhagavata Seva. These are the words repeated again and again, to remind us our Krishna consciousness should be continuous, uninterrupted. So Srivas Thakur was a grihastha, but he was always with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Srivas, you are a grihastha, you are with family, do something practical to maintain your family. Be practical. We always want to be practical in our lives, right? Sometimes Krishna consciousness is not practical. But Srivas Thakur is showing us it is practical. So he said, Mahaprabhu, you are asking a question. He said, yes. Then he answered the question by clapping 3 times. 3 clappings. So Mahaprabhu told, please give your purport. What does that mean? He said, first clapping means I'll fast for the first day. Second clappings, fasting for the second day. Third clappings, fasting for the third day. Even after that, you don't do anything, then I stay near the Ganges. I'll go, jump into the Ganges and give up my life. Very interesting answer, very deep-rooted answer. Mahaprabhu was immensely satisfied by this answer. And he said to Srivas that one day may come that goddess Lakshmi may have to beg on the street. That may happen. But Srivas, in your house, there will be no scarcity. That was the benediction given to Srivas Thakur. You are happy with the benediction? No? So Hari Bol. But for that, we have to do something. What? Srivas Thakur did. Once, Mahaprabhu was dancing in Harinam Sankirtan in Srivas Thakur's house that night. Then Srivas heard the sound of crying by the ladies inside. And he wanted to check what happened. So Srivas went inside and came to know that his son died. Because of that, ladies were crying. So Srivas was very happy that my son died in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What a destination he will get. He was very happy. But he was not so happy why ladies are crying. He told those ladies, if the sound of your crying disturbs the Sankirtan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then what I will do, I will go to the Ganges and give up my life. Then you can cry as much as you want. Immediately crying stopped. That is called uninterrupted, pure devotional service. Why it is pure? Because he did for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And why it is uninterrupted? Even the sun's death could not interrupt his devotional service. But for us, little bit of health issues, little bit of family issues, little bit of business issues, little bit of professional job issues, we feel disturbed and we say, we will be very serious after these problems are solved. That day will never come. Because problems are also uninterrupted in this material world. So problems will keep on coming. We think that, oh, this problem is solved, then I can peacefully do bhajana kriya. That never happens. External situation will never be peaceful. That is not the nature of this world. Ocean means waves. If you expect, oh, one day waves will not be there in the ocean, that day will come. If there is no wave, then that is not an ocean. That is something else, some different kinds of water body. In the same way, material world means waves of problems, varieties, all kinds of varieties, unlimited varieties of problems are available. Krishna is unlimited, material world is also unlimited. And problems in this material world are also unlimited. One problem is solved, Prabhupada said immediately another variety of problem will appear. Quickly follows. That is the nature of this world. So you should not expect a problem-free life in this world. Ocean means waves. Material world means what? Problems. Then it's a real problem. How to handle? So we have to know how not to be affected by the problems. That is called Krishna consciousness. When we are not affected by the problems of this world, that is called pure devotional service. So if you are entering into the ocean with a small boat, what will happen to the boat? It will But if you enter into the ocean with a strong what? Ship, then what will happen? Ship will not be affected by the waves of the ocean. But waves of the oceans are there both for the boat and also for the ship. So you have to choose how you want to enter into the ship, into the ocean. Ocean is not going to change. You have to change. In the same way, material world is not going to change. We have to see whole world changes except myself. But devotional life is changing within. We have to change. We have to be undisturbed by the waves of material world. And how it is possible? Complete absorption. When we are completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness, then we will be untouched by the problems of this material world. That is one of the symptoms of pure devotional service. So Srivas Thakur was completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. That's why anything, whatever happened in his life, could not disturb his pure devotional service. That is called uninterrupted, apratihata Suddha Bhakti. Then next is ahituki. Ahituki means unmotivated, causeless. No cause, only one cause, to please the Supreme Personality of God. No other cause. That is called intelligence. Mahaprabhu tells us, if you worship me and expect something material, that is not the symptom of your intelligence. Ama bhaje vishay mange, sheto param murkha. Mahaprabhu is telling, you are worshipping me and expecting something material. Then you are a fool, not an intelligent person. Not fool, he is telling Mahamurkha. This very, very high level of foolishness. Who can give millions and billions and trillions of dollars, and if you go and tell him, please give me 100 rupees so that I can eat my daily breads, that is not intelligence. So what Krishna can give us? Vaikuntha. Unlimited opulence he can give. But we are going to him, please solve this problem, solve that problem, please give me promotion, give some material opulence so that I can serve you better. As if you get a lot of money, you can serve better. So that is the way. This Prabhu, this is only for Lord only. I go to some houses and whose house is this? Is Lord's house. It belongs to the Lord. I said, in whose name the house is registered? In my name, Prabhu. In my name, Maharaj. But it belongs to the Lord only. So, how much money you give for the service of the Lord? Everything belongs to the Lord. What can I give it to him? Anyway, everything belongs to him. These are all foolishness. And Krishna knows that. So Krishna is Bhagavad Janardhan. So we have to use our all varieties of opulences, material things we have for the service of the Lord to please Him. Krishna is not interested to see how much you are giving. Krishna is interested to see why you are giving, and number two, how much you are keeping behind. How much you are keeping in your pocket. Right? Krishna looks at your heart and also looks at your pocket. Both are important. So Sridhar is the example. So in Kali Yuga, people don't like to give. People like to take. In Satyayuga, people used to be Brahmanas. And Brahmanas means give everything for the Lord. They don't have any savings, bank account. This does not exist in the life of a Brahmana. We take Brahmin initiation, but doesn't mean we get the qualities of a Brahmana. Brahmana means no money. They live on charity. Whether you are a brahmachari, grihastha, or a vanaprastha, sannyasi, if you are a Brahmana Brahmana is expected to live on charity. For 6 activities of a Brahmana. Pathan, Pathan, Jajan, Jajan, Dan, Patigraha. 6 activities. Pathan, Pathan means they study scriptures and teach scriptures. Jajan, Jajan, they worship the Lord, they do fire sacrifice and teach others. Dan, Patigraha means they live on charity and whatever is balance, they give on charity. But as time progresses, the quality of life diminishes. So people started thinking, give everything to Krishna is too much. We should give something for us. And they made a system. What is the system? They made a system that we'll throw the money in the sky and we'll draw a circle on the ground, and whatever will fall inside the circle is for God, and whatever falls out of the circle, that's for me. That was the arrangement. Just try to understand the mentality. Then after some time, they said circle is also too much. They thought better than circle is a straight line. So you throw the money in the sky, whatever will fall on the right hand side is for God, and whatever will fall on the left hand side is for me. Then now people are very advanced, very mature. And they throw money in the sky and ask God, whatever you catch is yours, and whatever will fall on the ground is for me. People don't like to give. Charity is the dharma of the grihasthas. Study scriptures is the dharma, primary dharma of the brahmacharis. Charity is the primary dharma of the grihasthas. Austerity is the primary dharma of the vanaprastha. Preaching the message of the Lord is the primary dharma of the sannyasi. So giving means brahmana. Taking means not brahmana. So therefore, we have to know how to come to the platform of HHBhakti. It's not that easy. So Srivas Thakur is the example. Because I don't want to give the example of Haridas Thakur because mostly you are householders here. And Haridas Thakur was not householder. You may say he was not a householder, that's why he could do it. But I am giving the example of grihasthas. They did it. And it's possible for any grihastha to do it. Don't try to imitate, but try to understand the principles. So, Sridhar was a businessman. Very interesting. And he used to do business, the product was from the banana tree. Whatever comes from the banana tree was the products. What comes from the banana tree? Banana leaf. What else? Banana. Then banana stem, banana flower. All these things, whatever comes out from banana trees, he used to sell. And he was like Maharaj in this field, fixed price. He used to sell on the footpath, but fixed price. And Chaitanya Bhagavat explains, during the time of Lord Chaitanya, everybody had banana trees in their houses. By that you can understand the demand of the product. No demand. Fixed price. And he is very honest. How much money he could earn? We don't know the amount, but it's not at all significant. But with that 50% he used to worship Lord Ganga, Mother Ganga. 50% used to spend for Mother Ganga. And 50% he used to use for maintaining his life. So one day, Lord Chaitanya was giving benediction in Sivasana. And he told devotees, please call Sridhar. Nobody knew who is Sridhar. We have to become popular, no popularity contest nowadays. We have to become very popular. We think by becoming popular, we get love of God. That's not the way. Nobody knew. It is said, if Krishna knows, what is the use? Others know me or not. If everybody knows, if Krishna doesn't know me, what is the use of that popularity? We have to be known to Krishna. That is the purpose of pure devotional service. So Sridhar was not known to the devotees also. Then Mahaprabhu told, go to the border of the village and someone is chanting the holy name loudly, that is Sridhar. And as soon as it was informed to Sridhar that Mahaprabhu is calling you, he immediately was in ecstasy. And he was praying and he came in front of the Lord, he glorified the Lord. Then Mahaprabhu told him, I want to give you some benediction. Sridhar, please ask something. Please ask something. Sridhar said, Mahaprabhu, don't bewilder me. I don't want anything from you. No, Sridhar, today is the day. I can give you anything. Mystic Siddhi, King of Heaven, King of Earthly Planet, whatever you want. Checklist is there. Just take it. You'll get it. He said, Mahaprabhu, I am not interested in all this. If you are so much interested to give me something, I pray to you, give me this benediction. Which Nimai comes to my shop every day and bargains me for the price of the products and snatches the products without paying anything. That's the way Nimai used to get things from Sridhar. And that Nimai should be my worshipable Lord, life after life. That is the benediction I want. Then people may think, oh, this is a number one fool. That is the greatest intelligence. Who has Lord in his life, he is the richest person. So Sridhar understood that. So therefore, that level of bhakti is known as ruchi. Ruchi means I don't want anything material. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, kavitam vajadadi shakame, mamo janmani janmanishari, bhavatar bhakti. It cannot be prayed artificially. If I say, oh, whatever money is there in the bank, I renounce. First you have to have it, no? Then you can renounce. You can renounce whatever you have. So who can renounce everything? Who has everything. If a devotee at the level of ruchi has everything. Dhanan, Janan, Sundari, everything he has, but he does not want anything. Even liberation he doesn't want. That is the level of ruchi. That is known as Ahituki Bhakti. So when we develop that level of bhakti, then we become attached to Krishna. That is known as Asakti. And when Asakti is developed, that matures into Bhava. And Bhava matures into Prema. And when we enter Prema, we are eligible to enter into the spiritual kingdom and experience unlimited bliss of Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद। I don't know, I maintain the time or not. Okay. Oh, almost maintain the time, little bit over time. Okay, any question or comment if you have? You can ask 1 or 2 questions before we go to the next service. If you have a question. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for a very powerful class, I would say. Maharaj, I have a question. Very often in our spiritual life, when we are starting off, initially there is a very high level of enthusiasm. But as we progress, or as we spend time in Krishna consciousness, that enthusiasm kind of plateaus. And we tend to do things more as a ritual, as, not that I have to do it, but then I want to do it, but still without that high level of enthusiasm that we started off with. So how does one keep that enthusiasm level high at a peak so that one progresses really fast in one's spiritual journey?
That was the subject matter of the class today. You have to come to the level of Nishtha. This enthusiasm will not come automatically. Enthusiasm comes from purity. At the beginning, everything is enthusiastic. That is the nature of this world also. When you have new garments, very enthusiastic, no? New songs released, very enthusiastic. New varieties of food, enthusiastic. Newly married, very enthusiastic. New business, very enthusiastic. New job, very enthusiastic. So in the same way, devotional service, very new. Oh, beautiful Radha Madhav, beautiful Radha Samsundar, beautiful Lord Jagannath. New, very enthusiastic. Oh, Bhagavatam, beautiful. Then holy name, beautiful. Devotees are very wonderful. At the beginning, everybody is a pure devotee. And after a few years, nobody is a pure devotee. I am only pure devotee. That changes now. Why? Because of anarthas. So because of anarthas within, enthusiasm does not continue. Then there is another level. There are 6 levels of anistita bhakti, unsteady devotional service, beautifully explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Maharaj Katanjali. After the level of anartha nipriti, we have different levels, 6 levels. First is Utsahamai. At the beginning, everything is very enthusiastic. Then Bhanadarala. Bhanadarala means sometimes very enthusiastic, sometimes not enthusiastic. Then at the end, it's called Taranga Rangini. We become very much attracted by the material profits from devotional service. People are telling, oh, Prabhuji, you are pure devotee. I believe, oh, yes, I am pure devotee. You have realized now. So all the opulences come, all the profits come, all respects come, we are caught up in that. That is known as Taranga Rangini. So most of the people are caught up in that. They cannot rise above that. So when we cross through this process, then what will happen? We come to the level of Nishtha. No more distraction. Then what will happen? We progress to Ruchi, Ashakti. Then it will go to the level of Prema. But before that, Adho Saddha, Radha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, moving around in this area. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any other question?
Just reflecting that.
The mic.
Reflecting that.
1 minute.
Prabhu, one
Mic is coming.
We'll take a Prabhu.
Mic is coming.
And then, yeah, please.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj, this is a very beautiful and educating class. I have a little question on yesterday's lecture, basically, that when these Pandavas had so many problems in their life, though they are always steady in dharma. But one thing that Lord Krishna is with them always, and he is helped in many ways. He was a charioteer, he was his Shanti Dut, and that way, if Krishna comes and rules the job, then we feel very happy. Otherwise, do you think that it can come how? Because Krishna is not here, but he is in the heart, is there. But how to evolve that much on our life?
You are thinking Krishna is not there. Krishna is there with the Pandavas, but Krishna is not there with us. Krishna is there with us, but we are not having that kind of understanding. Krishna is uppercut. For Pandavas, Krishna was in Prakat Leela. Everybody was able to see him, including Pandavas. But Kauravas also saw Krishna, right? Everybody else saw Krishna, but they did not see Krishna. Seeing Krishna is not important. To understand how Krishna is present depends on your devotion. Pandavas could recognize the presence of Krishna because they are the pure devotees. In the same way, if we become pure devotees, then we will also experience the presence of Krishna in our life at every moment. Prahlad was experiencing Lord's presence everywhere. When he was blessed by the Lord, he could see everywhere the Lord is there. Sthabara jangama dekhe na dekhe tar murti. Sarvatra hai tar ishtadeva smurti. Everywhere he will see Krishna, not within. Within, without, internally, externally, everywhere you see Krishna. That is the level of Uttamadhikari Krishna. But we cannot imitate that until we achieve that level. So we have to practice. We have to practice the process, following the footsteps of the Pandavas. Lesson to be learned in devotional service, we have to face the challenges. If we don't face challenges, we cannot move forward. Right? If you want to be comfortable life, then you cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. Just like in our academic study also. Standard 1, mathematical problem is very simple. 1 plus 1 equals to 2, 5 minus 2 equals to 3. If you tell him what is 2 minus 5, he said, what? It's not, I don't know this. So that's the level of mathematics he knows, at the level of standard 1. But when he goes up from standard 1 to standard 5, standard 5 to standard 10, standard 10 to standard 12, then go to the college, universities, the problems of mathematics become more and more complicated. Then how to solve these problems of mathematics? Simple process. Get an expert mathematics teacher. That's what Pandavas did. They went through all the problems, but problems were solved because they approached the expert teacher. So when we have expert teacher in our life, all the problems can be handled wonderfully and we can move forward in our journey. But we cannot expect problem-free, exam-free life. Life is an exam. All kinds of exams. We need to be prepared under the guidance of an expert teacher. Okay? You do your part. Prabhupada said if you step one step forward, Krishna will come 100 steps. But we have to take our step, no? If we say, oh, everything will be done by Krishna only, I just sit idle. That's not going to work. Do your best. Who gets the mercy of the Lord? Who is sincere. Rupa Goswami explains in Nectar of Devotion. So what is the meaning of sincerity? Some may say, I am also sincere. Somebody else will say, I am also sincere. Sincerity means giving 100% for Krishna. When you are 100% Krishna conscious, that is the symptom of sincerity. Then Krishna's hand will come in our life. Before that, Krishna does not enter into our life. Okay? Very good.
One last question.
This is the last one for this session.
If there are others, writing is
Vaishnavi side, no question till now.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I was just reflecting, Maharaj, you mentioned that you should not go and ask a millionaire for peanuts. No, Krishna can give you Vaikuntha, but we end up asking for material things or something that is connected to with the material world. And as practicing devotee, Maharaj and as also Grihasthas, that faith, yesterday we were talking about Shraddha as the starting point for Bhakti. That faith to let go, like in our company, in corporate events, we have this team building Maharaj where they say you just draw back, in the back there's a team member who will support you. But you need to just fall back. You should have that faith that somebody is going to hold you. But that also, there also it doesn't come. And here in devotional life, it seems for me it is very more far away, where that faith that Krishna will hold me, and we still keep thinking
Not
of
Krishna will hold me. Krishna is holding you already. But we have to realize that. Whether you are a devotee or not devotee, whether you are in the spiritual world or material world, Krishna is doing everything for you. Those who do not realize it, they are in the material world. Those who realize it, they are in the spiritual world. That's the difference. Krishna is doing everything for everyone. That's the reality. But we are not able to realize that. That is the problem. So devotional life means to realize that Krishna is maintaining me, Krishna is protecting me, Krishna is taking care of me at every step of my life. That is the process of devotional service. Process. Okay? Krishna is there with you. Otherwise, how you got this body? How you are breathing? How you are able to eat? How you are able to drink? How it is possible? It's all Krishna there. Material world is also arranged by who? With the rebels. But for us also Krishna has made wonderful arrangement. Right or wrong? Except we have to die and take what they get. But the whole process is arranged by who? By the Lord only. Okay? Hare Krishna. And the faith is a process, it will improve provided you are with the faithful devotees. So those who are having higher faith, stronger faith, stay with them, then your faith will be stronger. Build up the faith. That is the process of devotional service. When you attend prema, you have 100% faith. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Holiness Bhakti Prachar Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you, devotees, for joining us today. Maharaj will be in the center this morning, and in the evening there's a program. He has two programs in the evening. He has a program at Arya Samaj, and then after that he will come back to the center here for the evening program at about 8 o'clock. So the devotees, can either be here